Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a kitchen declutter and reorganize. I hope you get the motivation you need to check something off of your to-do list today. I like to think that we're pretty well organized with all of our things, but at least in our pantry and some of our other places in the kitchen, we tend to not go through and clear out things that have expired or things that have gone bad. So today I'm taking the time to make sure that all that we have in our kitchen is up to date and usable. As you can see, things are a little bit cluttered, but they're not in too bad of shape. We've set up good systems, and all we really need to do is a couple of quick resets to just make sure that the organization stays in tip-top shape. Starting with the pantry, I'm going to take everything out of it because this is the one place that we can kind of forget about things that we have. For instance, we have piled up tea boxes, we have cereal from who knows how long ago, and a various assembly of other items that just need to get thrown away. I love having snacks, but my one weakness is chips. I will open a bag of chips, eat probably 98% of the chips in the bag, put the bag back in the pantry, and then forget about it and open a new bag of chips. I'm just taking out all of the spices from our spice rack. These white shelves are from IKEA, and we got them a couple of years ago, and they have been such a tremendous asset to this pantry. Keeping our spices elevated and away from everything else has been something that has kept our kitchen really neat and tidy. Using my chosen cleaning spray, which I've included links to below, and some microfiber towels, I'm just wiping down the inside of the pantry. Now we're moving on to tea. I bought this tea organizer from Amazon, and it's nice when you have tea bags that are all sealed up individually, but the Celestial seasonings that we buy don't come pre-sealed in individual tea bags, so we have to keep those boxes anyway. Now I'm just going through all of the various things that I took out of the pantry and reorganizing them by type. So I'm putting all of our pastas together, I'm putting all of our baking materials together, all of our crackers together, and all of the other miscellaneous things just together in one spot. This pantry shelf was actually a purchase from, I believe it was a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's. Either way, it was really affordable and it added another level of storage to our pantry. My one tip for optimizing storage is to get just additional little risers or to get shelves that hang off of the bottom, because a lot of these times with shelves, they're a lot taller than most of the items we're putting in them, so we're losing quite a bit of vertical space. To be honest, I am not the best cook, so here I am just putting all of our spices back in alphabetical order. I know that this will probably get rearranged by my boyfriend since he is usually the one doing the cooking and reaches for these the most often, but here's my attempt at making it an organized and cohesive spread of spices.
Quiet dances on the screen. So long to burning slowly, smelling sweat and kerosene. And all the actors on the stage are rolling cigarettes and whispering so low. Call my parents up.
We are just finishing up the pantry here with some snacks and some of our olive oil and vinegars. So once we are finished with the pantry, we're going to move over to the freezer. This is somewhere that I do not go into very often to reorganize. It kind of just ends up a piling ground of things that we just forget about because it's frozen. I had to put on some mittens because it was just so cold to be handling all these frozen things. I know I can't be the only one who gets really cold hands, but they're super cold.
So slow. Call my parents up, tell them I'm already home. But I swear I've seen my share of black and white. And I swear this screen never tells the story right. So long silent movies and all the talking in between. Cleaning dust off of the press.
This cabinet is where we keep all of our mugs and our Tupperware and all of our dishware. So I'm going through and just scooching over all of the dishware that we don't use on a daily basis and making sure that this top shelf is as empty as it can be so that I can rearrange as I need.
But I can't see those marquee lights.
We have a lot of mugs and teacups in this house, so that whole second shelf gets kind of dedicated to just all of the mugs and teacups that we have.
My share of black.
I've decided that instead of putting them in by size, I decided to put them in by how often we use them. So even though the ones that are in the back are the ones that get used the least, they are the smallest. So it kind of works out that way.
I ain't ever gonna talk again, no. No. I ain't ever gonna talk again. I ain't ever gonna talk again, no. No.
Next, I'm going to go through and take all of the Tupperware out of the bottom shelf of this cabinet. It's really easy for us to kind of just sloppily put them away because we don't usually use all of them at the same time and wash all of them at the same time. So it's easy to just throw them in there once they're washed and clean. all of these lids, I'm just sorting them by size. And something that I actually figured out that was actually really neat was to put them in the butter dish that we don't use often. So now they're upright and not just strewn about the inside of the cabinet. Our drawers are pretty neat. They just need a little bit of straightening up. This drawer is notorious for getting a little bit messy just because there's just so many different cooking tools in here. So I went ahead and made sure to regroup our measuring spoons and measuring cups, as well as to restack all of the tools so that they're laying nice and flat. Our cookware cabinet didn't need too much reorganization since we do keep that pretty tidy and have them stacked in size order. Now we're just going to go through and reorganize the bar, which can get a little bit cluttered, and particularly with the glasses, it's a lot easier to kind of just open one side of the bar and just slide a glass in than it is to open both doors and get rearranged back into where they should go. What's one part of your home that tends to be the least organized? Let me know. Here I am now just replacing these snowman lights that I got from IKEA last year into the bar. I thought they were super cute here, and they give off such a cute little glow. Alright, we've moved on to day 2. It did get kind of late the day before, so here we are just continuing this project into the next day. I think it's totally fine to work on your own time schedule. You don't have to complete something on one day. You can go ahead and break it up over a couple of days to make it into a more manageable project. The shelves above the microwave tend to get a little bit cluttered because they are right within reaching distance when we're cooking, as well as it being an exposed cabinet with the door off of it, just because it houses the microwave the best. So we need to make sure that we keep this looking particularly tidy since it is exposed. These little round shelves on the end of the island I think are super useful and super cute because they can house all of our coffee materials.
I know your girl like you know me. Let's run away together, go and live by the sea. Yeah, I know a place and it's pretty far away where we could leave tomorrow and be there by Saturday. Well, it is pretty simple, but that is all we need.
Next, we're going to move on to this quadrant of the kitchen, which is just kind of the generic catch-all. It's our dining table where we can kind of just throw things when we come into the house, as well as the corner that houses our fruit, which here we notice that there is a very moldy lemon. So we are throwing away all this fruit so we don't get sick.
Shoes and dresses, who needs them when you have your bikini and the clear ocean? And when the sun ain't watching and the moon's out too, we could have some fun in the lagoon, just me and you. Well, we could live happy for the rest of our days. Maybe one day have some kids and teach them our silly ways. Well, they would dance in the moonlight as I play on my guitar, and you can teach them to wish when they see a shooting star. And we'll grow old like 2 leather bags, leave footprints on the beach as we walk through the sand. We'll grow old like...
This red basket houses all of my yoga materials, which I didn't used to put them all in a box together, but now that I've put them in a box together, it's really convenient for when I do want to do yoga, and I don't have to kind of go all over the place looking for the things that I need to practice.
As we run hand in hand, yeah.
Finally, we're going to move on to this little moving kitchen cart that houses all of our cleaning supplies, our power tools, our other generic tools, and some cat food.
We could have it all, we could have it all. When will we let go? When will we let go?
And we're done. It only took a couple of days to go through and just make sure that things were put back where they belong, and that we got rid of food that wasn't any good anymore, and that we got rid of those 2% full bags of chips. This freezer's looking quite good. The fridge, I don't know where the footage went for the fridge, but the fridge is looking nice as well. I challenge you to take one look at somewhere in your home that you can kind of go through and reorganize today. It doesn't have to be anywhere big. It can just be your junk drawer. If you go through it and just take inventory of the things that are in it, you'll find that you'll overall be more organized with it than going out and buying all of these fancy organizational systems and imposing that on a lifestyle that isn't cohesive to that. I find that staying organized is more about being aware of what you have and knowing where it belongs.
All of your grace, that's amazing.
Thank you for joining me today on this declutter of my kitchen. I hope you all take away some inspiration to tackle just one part of your home that is a tad decluttered. Until next time, take care, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!